Swifte, a North American League of Legends pro player and could be a future pro player, given how this situation does roll out, if he does decide to pursue that route. Not a, I would say, stranger of controversy. Last time we talked about him on the channel was with some Twitch rivals drama. This stuff, though, both rehashing accusations and allegations which have been proven from an old thing. Alongside that, though, typical internet, as one person is ousted for one thing, a lot of other things have been dug up as well against Swifte. I will say this before we get into today's video, though. One thing is proven, that being theft from another League of Legends pro player, that being Brandini, currently of Evil Genius Academy, formerly of Echo Fox, as well as TSM Academy. These accusations have been proven that Swifte did steal some computer parts from the guy, which we'll touch on first. In the back half of the episode, we touch on now some rehashed accusations brought to us by several Twitter accounts. Very, very serious accusations. You guys can take it as you want. You can judge Swifte for face value. But again, when it comes time for serious accusations which could influence his future life and career, this kind of stuff has to be taken very seriously. And as of right now, based off the serious stuff, it's only accusations. I would say, as of right now, me recording this, no substantial evidence to back them up. And that's why it's very, very dangerous. Let's first touch on, though, what Brandon actually came out about and has now been proven, which was, again, a long, long time ago. To Swifte's point, this was actually a long time ago. We see this time and time again in esports and gaming, the rehashing of old drama, and all of a sudden it's a big deal again, which I'm not going to say this is actually not a big deal. It was theft. It was apparently Brandon back in his time with Echo Fox, I do believe. At one point in time during a scouting grounds event, he picked up his PC to find out it was a lot lighter. Apparently parts have been ravaged from it, and I'll show you guys messages on screen as he spoke back and forth eventually with Swifte through the help of his own manager, that being Jake, apparently eventually getting the money back for this. Several months later, apparently it was Swifte who had taken the parts from that PC. I thought it was actually very cool the way Brandon at first handled the situation, because he finds out his PC had been ravaged, and apparently another pro player out there was short on cash, short on money, and he understood where he was coming from. It's the fact that it took apparently 5 months later that, yes, it was actually an organization, according to Brandon's words, that paid that fee for Swifte. Whether or not it was Swifte's own money, though, to his point, this is an old accusation. It's been resolved. It's been paid for, so it's not really, to me, that big of a deal anymore, although it adds to all the other stories that are now coming out about Swifte. So you got a guy out there, I would call him a League of Legends pro player who stole from another pro player, obviously in need of cash at the time. He avoids him back and forth month after month. Eventually it is paid. Whether or not it was Swifte's money, it was paid and resolved. I don't really look at that too much as of right now. I think, though, it's actually a clip by Mo who touches on this, and the way that Swifte treats women is now where the secondary accusations are coming from. Let me say it's not substantial evidence. I would say circumstantial evidence as well, based off several accounts of potentially how Swifte does treat women are now coming out. I'll play with you guys a clip of Mo and then show you some of these accusations. Nothing proven.
Tell you why. I've never told this on stream. The reason I stopped being friends with Swifte completely, I never even told him. I just I unfollowed him and ghosted him because I was like, yo, this guy's fucking weird. The reason I stopped being friends with him permanently is because we were in a Discord call playing PUBG, like me and a bunch of friends and shit. And Swifte joins, and he's like, oh guys, I have to get on a call with my girl, like, be right back. And instead of muting, he intentionally keeps himself unmuted, and then makes the girl cry on the phone while we're all there, and flexes it. And she's like, I'm so sad right now. She's crying on the phone, and he's like, yeah, I don't care. And I was just like, yep, that's so cringe, man. It was the most cringe thing ever. And all of us in the call were like, yeah, we're not fucking with this guy no more. It was.
And I play that clip because that is Mo's experience with a guy like Swifte and how he treats women, publicly making it available in call, purposely, according to Mo's words, letting them hear the way he was treating that woman. It's a bit weird, especially when we have now a pay spin of stuff. I'll link it down below for all of you guys. I'm not comfortable deep diving into all of this because it's a variety of Twitter accounts, no screenshots I have seen, no substantial evidence I have seen of these, but they are very serious accusations, the first of which apparently Swifte hitting on 13, 14, 15-year-old girls, and along with that, also calling a 17-year-old girl beautiful. He gives his reasons and responses on all of these things as well, but I'll let you guys think what you want about this, and I can't reiterate enough how nothing has been proven so far. And again, you got to realize this guy's future career and a representation of an organization is on the line when these kind of things are brought to light. I will say, when we touch on his twitlonger, which he does respond on these cases about, It's probably one of the worst Twitlongers I've seen in quite some time, and I cover a lot of those responses here on this channel, guys, as he did state that apparently people are way too interested in his past and his life as well, and so he goes on to somewhat apologize for a few of these things. When he first touches on the whole stealing of a PC thing, I don't like the way he quoted stealing a PC. It almost seemed to me he was coming off as, I didn't steal an entire PC, guys, I just stole like $800 worth of computer parts, and so he was not necessarily sorry about that, but we moved on from that case. I will say that's a very, very not so serious accusation compared to the other things, as he touches on next, hitting on apparently of 13, 14, and 15-year-old girls. He calls it absurd. He uses other word choices, but he calls it crazy to accuse him of that. And I will say, to his point, all we have for evidence is several Twitter accounts who are women supposedly treated by him very poorly, and that's all we have so far. Secondly, he does touch on the accusation of him calling a 17-year-old girl beautiful. His reasoning for this is apparently doing a long stream, an 8-hour stream, eventually going to hard liquor and getting a bit of a drunk stream going on, which he recalls as 9 shots of hard liquor, which then results in him calling a supposed 17-year-old girl beautiful. And besides all of that, he touches on next his 2 e-dating or online relationships with 2 girls as well. That's going to be Alexa and Ambi, which, to be quite honest with all of you guys, I'm not going to dive into this because we don't know the full stories of their backgrounds together and their relationships together as well. I would say in my own personal accounts, nothing too serious coming of that besides his details of those relationships and why they did end the way they did. Obviously, the more serious accusations are the ones that cannot be backed up and proven, and so we see the response from the community out there. Obviously, when you have several Twitter accounts accusing him of the same treatment towards them, it's going to, obviously voice some opinions. It's going to form some opinions against him, but to his point, you need evidence to actually have these accusations. I'm not saying the guy is innocent. Certainly he did steal from another pro player, but these accusations, again, I've said it several times throughout the video, are so serious. But then when you pair up all these accusations with what Mo said about him and the way he treats women, it's not a good look at all. Especially from a guy who I assume in the future wants to represent a professional organization. If you're a pro organization in esports and you read through this, no matter whether or not they're accusations or substantial evidence, you probably look at this and probably want to avoid the guy or the player or whoever it might be, the subject of all these accusations altogether, because you don't want to be anywhere near that kind of mess. All I can say right now, I'm going to wrap it up for all of you guys. If there is further evidence about this that proves these accusations, I will share it here. If that's what it comes to, I hope Swifte the best, though, when it comes time for moving on from this. Because, one of these accusations, that being the stealing of PC, did happen a long time ago. The other stuff's been a variety of time periods against him, and we'll wait for future updates on this. I do wish him the best of luck moving on from this, because facing this kind of backlash can be very serious, and it can be very daunting for just a young guy to have to deal with all of this. What the heck is going on with Swifte? I don't know if I can answer that question thoroughly right now, but what do you guys think about this? Always enjoy your thoughts and comments down below. Until next time, my name is Jake, breaking down esports gaming news here every single day, all day long. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys back here soon.